like to start by just saying what's going on in Ukraine, the side where it affects gold and other precious metals. It's just to see what the human suffering there and the will of these people. I just pray for them every day and hope that you will too, because it's a sad thing to think it's the year 2022 and this kind of thing is still going on in this world. But unfortunately, we don't control that. But let me jump right in. They were asking what would that do to question about the Ukraine, and certainly we saw it go up to 2,070. As I record this on Monday, the 13th of March, it's back down $100 after going up $150. It's gone down $100 an ounce. So the volatility is always going to in all investments, stocks, bonds, gold, silver. But the bottom line is on dips, you buy because they know gold actually becomes valuable, because what happens is they short the market by putting up silver they have in warehouses as collateral. And it's really bad in silver, much more than gold. And they come in and do that, and they push the price down. Then they buy the physical. These major companies buy the physical while they're trying to get you to participate in the paper game. They're taking all the real McCoy, the real metal out. Gold is money. Gold will be money from now on. We look at what's going on in Basel III. Gold now is a first-tier investment, which is the only other thing are government bonds, not real estate, not stocks, not bonds. You've got to look at what is going on in this world. We're moving toward a gold standard worldwide. We've been moving for a while. The speed is picking up. We're seeing the Chinese with a digital yuan currency they came out with last month. We see America talking about a digital currency. And we, the citizens, certainly don't want it. You want everything you charge tracked, your habits. Are you affiliated? Did you buy something from somebody that did it through tax evasion or drug money or whatever? It's just completely invasive. Plus, the values are estimated by experts. If we go to digital currency, everything you have left in the bank is going to take a major haircut, 20, 40%. Most of the consulting work I do today with families that want me to help them develop a plan of tangible assets that after they decide what percentage they want in their hard assets, I work with them on fulfilling that with gold, silver, platinum, palladium, diamonds. So we'll get to that a little later. So right now, watch out for the digital currency. Watch out right now for banks loading up. They're going to make a big move on gold. They're going to push you way beyond where it is now. Don't even worry that it went up to 2070. Now it's back to 1970. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And we'll get to inflation in a minute. It even gives you more evidence. So buy it on dips. Realize it is the only money out there that there is in real money, because you can't create it out of thin air. So then we look at the ETFs. 2 weeks ago, the biggest ETF purchase in history on the stock exchange, where money managers moving their clients into gold, but they're putting them into a electronically traded fund instead of a physical possession. And all of our clients know we have the lowest storage rates in the world. If you just call, we're happy to discuss that with you at any time. You know, we can be reached at 800-247-2812. So we'll move right along to silver. Silver still has a fear that if we go into recession, if things get so bad in this Russian-Ukraine conflict, move into other countries like Poland, then certainly we could have a worldwide depression. Gold would go up, silver would go down. But we know that at some point, because of inflation, and I'll be there in just a second, there's a chance you still want to buy silver at this price, the spot price, around 25, even though the premium's what we pay over spot to buy the silver before we sell it to you. So when you buy it, you're paying spot plus premium, plus commission. We're happy to go into that anytime you need to. But just think right now about inflation. 42 years, we've got inflation over 7.8% and going up astronomically. A lady calls me from Connecticut. She's been keeping her own inflation index for 6 months of what she uses: gasoline, butter, bread, eggs, all these things. And her inflation's up 12% on an annual basis after 6 months. So you've got to look at it and realize the inflation numbers are not right. They're way lower. I mean, they're way higher than what the government's telling you, using their way of doing it, because they use so many things that aren't going up, that the things that aren't going up, like meat and gasoline and things that we use, everybody uses. But I can tell you, it will affect silver, and it will affect it soon, unless I said earlier, we go into a deflation. So yes, silver will go back to $50 a third time. It got there in 1980, and it got there in 2011. And it's going to get back there again, but this time it's not going to look back. You're going to go up and see 75, then 100, and then over $100 per ounce for silver. But on the way there, it could dip as low as 20 again. Keep a close tag on the economy. Watch the World Bank's buying gold. They can't buy silver or palladium or platinum and get it counted at spot price on their financial statements like they can gold. So keep watching volatility, but know as money is printed, it's going to go up. Question for you to ask your congressmen and senators, and please fax me your answer. I would not fax it, but text it to tgcloud@bellsouth.net. TG Cloud. Where did the $13 billion come from Tuesday that we voted to give to Ukraine? It's not in the deficit. It doesn't show on the balance sheet. Where did it come from? Do we have to pay it back? What's the interest rate on it? Same thing when we have tornadoes, we have hurricanes, we have national disasters. Where does the money come from? They just create it, put it in there, and the smart people get more of it, and other people that are working people have a worst case standard of living. That goes on and on. And just keep watching it, but ask your congressman and senator to explain where they can go and look, where you can go and look and see where that money came from. And let's talk about the deficit, and then we'll jump right over and finish. The federal budget deficit is over $30 trillion. We just hit an average of 2% interest rate on that $30 trillion, $600 billion in interest. $600 billion in interest. Paying nothing back. We're paying nothing back. We're rolling bonds over and producing new ones. Nothing's getting paid off. Nothing. So you 30 trillion, 600 billion interest. 1980, Jimmy Carter loses the presidency because he had the worst deficit, the worst budget in history, $500 billion. We voted him out. Today, the government is 9 times bigger, between $4.5 and $5 trillion to run the government for 1 year. People, if you can't figure this out, you need to figure out what percentage you want in hard assets and get in there. Because as they print more and more money, we're going to take out $31 trillion this year. And it just keeps going. And it adds interest to the debt. And then one day you can wake up and have a worthless dollar. And that's not too far in the future, seriously. We look at it down to 95 now from 123 when it peaked out on the world stage. It's worth 95. When it breaks below 95 in the basket of currencies that it's against, you're going to see a huge drop in the dollar. And we just keep printing money, keep printing money, keep printing money. So you need to be looking at that. And if you, baby boomer like I am, worry about your children and grandchildren. Even if you haven't made, help get your position where you're ready for that. So There's no answer to the debt. It's going to run wild, and it's a fraction of what we're really spending. It's just not accountable for in the same way. So I want to close by saying the ones of you that have talked to me about diamonds with icecap.diamonds. Once again, if you look at icecap.diamonds and call the office and tell them you'd like to talk to me about it, I'll be happy to explain it to you. There's nothing out there in the world right now that has the potential that diamonds have in triple X, perfect diamonds that are instant liquid. The system's here. First time in world history. We're not talking about the kind of diamonds you go to a jewelry store, they've got, different tables and diameters and all these problems with them. We're talking about perfect triple X diamonds created by the top 2 labs in the world. And the ones obviously that started 8 months ago, we first started talking about it, we're up over 20% net. So read about IceCap, give a call to our office at 800-247-2812 and tell Jade or Dan that you would like for me to call them about it, and I'll call you and discuss the diamonds with you. Couldn't be anything out there more exciting. But visit icecap.diamonds first before you call, and then we'll talk and get into that. We're moving into interesting times. We're moving into times biblically that many people think are coming. We're moving into times where people are studying. We're moving into times where there's been war and talk of war that's increasing. We're looking at things where budget deficits are out of control. Inflation's getting back at all-time highs. And we just have to realize that we have to address our portfolios accordingly. There's more said in the Bible than anything there is in the Bible. It's about money management. How do you take care of what God gave you? And certainly we know that we're going to be responsible for that someday. So hopefully we'll continue to study, we continue to pray, we continue to work, we continue to educate ourselves as we get more and more into this crazy world that has developed in my lifetime. With this bi-monthly precious metals market update, this is Tom Cloud signing out.